So you're thinking about moving to Noblesville, Indiana. Well, today we're going to go ahead and take you on a tour so you can see what Noblesville has to offer and see if it's right for you. Welcome to the Discovering Central Indiana YouTube channel. I'm Eric with the Pels Realty Group. And if this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Central Indiana, go ahead and subscribe so you can be updated on the Central Indiana market and everything that has to do with Central Indiana. My business partner Julie and I, we get calls and texts every single day from people just like you who are looking to make their move to Central Indiana. So whether that's in 9 days or 9 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom call. So we're in the heart of downtown Noblesville, right outside the Hamilton County Courthouse, in the heart of the historic district in downtown Noblesville. And honestly, as you can kind of see, downtown Noblesville, it has a really cool feeling, a more 19th century feeling. The city itself has been really good about having different initiatives keep the 19th century feel of downtown Noblesville, as you can see back here. And it kind of takes you back in some ways to the 19th century, just in all the architecture, and I think it looks really cool. So as we walk through downtown Noblesville, you'll see a lot of cool shops, and another cool thing to check out is going to be the Hamilton County Museum of History. It's right there, and it's currently closed right now because they're doing some renovations, probably doing some work on the masonry, tuck pointing, but it's definitely a cool place to check out. And right outside the Hamilton County Courthouse, you have this really cool monument, and it's honoring the men from Hamilton County who fought and died in the Civil War, World War I, II, Korean War, and in Southeast Asia. And on these stone seats, you have this quote from Abraham Lincoln from his Gettysburg Address. And it says, "From these honored dead, we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion." So as you can see, Noblesville has a ton of different events throughout the year, and they'll put them on banners like this right outside the Hamilton County Courthouse, like a salsa on the square, light up the night, front porch music festival, and they always have the "We Support Our Troops" banner up there year round. And when you walk through downtown Noblesville, you see a lot of cool local shops, things that you're not going to find elsewhere. And that's one cool thing about downtown Noblesville, is it really highlights the local shops. You don't have many of the chain stuff. So one cool area is going to be Moonshot Games right behind me, where you can get board games and toys. You also have a lot of great local restaurants like the Asian Grill and Matteo's Italian Restaurant. I've been to both of them. They have really great food, and in my opinion, the best part is they're local, because we love to support local restaurants here. And the reason Noblesville has a much different feel than other places in Hamilton County like Carmel, Westfield, and Fishers is because it's the oldest city in Hamilton County, and it officially became a city in 1887, so there's a ton of history behind it. And as we walk down the historic square of Noblesville, downtown Noblesville, you'll see a ton of different historical shops, and they all have different placards detailing the history of that shop or the building since it's so old. One of my favorite places here in downtown Noblesville is going to be Hoosier Armory. I remember going there as a kid. It's a really great locally owned gun shop. I personally love to go shooting, and that's one of my hobbies. So if that's a hobby of yours, you definitely want to come to Hoosier Armory and check them out. One thing you'll notice when you're walking through downtown Noblesville is when you go more northeast, you're going to get into more older neighborhoods with older homes, some older architecture as well. And one nice thing about the older homes is, you know the saying, they don't build them like they used to, and that's very true. So those older homes are going to have better bones. You might need to gut them, maybe, depending on the condition, but they're going to have good bones.
Here's a little more history on the Noblesville area. Noblesville is the oldest and the most established community in Hamilton County. In 1851, the Indianapolis, Peru, and Chicago Railroad came through the town. These railroads helped to encourage the community's economic growth. Noblesville later became a city in 1887, which is also the start of the natural gas boom. Factories and businesses began springing up all over Noblesville to take advantage of the cheap energy. Noblesville continued to be a major hub for the country until the 1920s. The city also experienced a new wave of population growth in the 1950s, and the appearance of the new era began to change dramatically. Suburbs grew quickly when the major transportation routes, Interstate 69 and 465, were complete. This suburban boom was paralleled by growth of the interest in history and preservation. And fast forward today to the present, and Noblesville has a population of over 70,000 people, and it continues to grow today.
We're here at Federal Hill Commons, just outside downtown Noblesville. This is a 6.5-acre urban park that hosts the Noblesville Farmers Market from May to October, concerts at the Commons, movies in the park, and holidays at the Hill. That's the great thing about Noblesville. They offer so many things for families to do throughout the year.
With Federal Hill Commons, it's such a wide open space. As you can see behind me, just a wide open field. And right behind me, you have that little amphitheater where you'll have little concerts as well throughout the year. And again, as my business partner Julie said, it's 6.5 acres. Great for just walking around, walking with your family, with your dogs, just relaxing, not worrying about the day. And you also have these apartments right behind me, brand new apartments that are right across the street from Federal Hill Commons. So if you're living there, you can absolutely come here and just unwind and relax, enjoy the area. Federal Hill has this really cool monument, the Charters of Freedom, where you have the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights, such important documents for our nation's history and our freedom. Right across the street from Federal Hill Commons is a little strip center where you can get your gas, you got Kroger, you got some little restaurants and Anytime Fitness. So great places just to go, stop by, grab something quick if you're right across the street from Federal Hill Commons. Noblesville has a ton of outdoor activities that you can do, parks as well. And so one of the parks we're at right now is going to be Forest Park. It's a beautiful park. It's over 150 acres. You have a lot you can do here. You got a golf course that's right behind me. You have walking trails. You got walking trails right there. You have different pavilions for picnics and just sitting and hanging out as well. Some of the other things you can do here at Forest Park are the aquatic center. You got baseball diamonds, basketball courts, tennis courts as well. Just a lot you can do, and it's a great family-friendly place to come here during the weekend and just detox and relax. They even have a skate park, and here's a funny story for you guys. So when my brother was younger, he would come here with my dad to Forest Park to skateboard. So it was 4th of July weekend, he's skateboarding, and he cuts his shin open on one of the rails. So we had to take him to urgent care, get him all stitched up. The downside is that's not the only accident that he's had at skate parks, but I'll leave that for another story. But he's very accident prone, or he was accident prone when he was a kid. Honestly, he still is accident prone. He's very special.
One of the highlights here at Forest Park is Hobbs Station, where you can board the Nickel Plate Express for a really cool train ride. There are various themed train rides throughout the year, but you have to book them pretty far in advance because they do sell out. When my kids were growing up, one of our favorites were the Christmas-themed rides. Another really cool activity here at Hobbs Station are the rail car rides. You can take these rides over the White River and enjoy really scenic views.
And speaking of the White River, you have the White River Canoe Company, where you can rent canoes during the spring and summertime, take them on the White River, and you'll even end up at Strawtown Koteewi Park. You can even go camping there as well.
This is Strawtown Koteewi Park. At nearly 800 acres, this is the largest and most scenic park in Noblesville and Hamilton County. It stretches along 3 miles of the White River and features woodlands, wetlands, and prairies. There are so many fun activities and adventures for you and your family at this park. You can rent a horse and go horseback riding. There's an archery range. There is an aerial treetop trail and zip lining. There is canoeing, kayaking, and there's even snow tubing in the winter, which is one of our favorite activities.
We're now at Hamilton Town Center, and Hamilton Town Center is a large outdoor mall. And here's a little fun fact about Hamilton Town Center. Most people think that Hamilton Town Center is in Fishers, Indiana, but technically it's in Noblesville, Indiana. So since it's on the south side of the street, that's Noblesville. When you cross onto the north side of the street, then you're into Fishers. So it's actually in Noblesville. And I learned that recently, and I've lived here for over 15 years. Hamilton Town Center is a place known for just being able to come and hang out, get a bite to eat, go to one of the various shops, walk around. You even have a dog park, which is right behind me. Great for your dogs, letting them off leash, run around, praying that the bigger dogs don't jump over the fence and steal people's food. And then you also have Imagine theaters. Imagine is a pretty cool theater. I've been here many, many times. They have really nice reclining chairs, heated and cooled. It's just a really cool place to come hang out and watch movies.
Hamilton Town Center is a nice open area. One of the first things that you're going to notice as you drive into Hamilton Town Center at that first roundabout is there's this nice clock that is in the middle of that roundabout. And then as you drive further into Hamilton Town Center, you'll see just a whole bunch of different shops. Most of these shops are going to be chain restaurants. You do have Ford's Garage, that's a personal favorite of ours. Also Livery as well. I've been there before. It's a really nice Latin American restaurant. My favorite thing there is the empanadas, so I highly recommend going there and getting the empanadas. You also have different boutiques and women's clothing stores like Rose and Remington and Versana as well.
And just north of Hamilton Town Center is Ruoff Music Center, which is a massive amphitheater that attracts all different types of bands. We've had John Mayer play there and other bands as well. When I was younger and in high school, I would go to Ruoff all the time in the summer for Warped Tour, which isn't around anymore, but I've heard that they're bringing it back. But I remember going there to see some of my favorite bands, especially like on the heavier side since I like some heavier music. But just going there, being around all that music, different stages, just the atmosphere was super cool.
As you can see, Noblesville has a lot to offer for families with the parks, with trails, with dining, with shopping, and they have a great school system. It is A-rated according to niche.com, and it's nationally recognized.
Noblesville also has upcoming projects that they're currently working on, like mixed-use developments for commercial, multi-family apartments, and single-family homes, and that's going to be more on the east side of Noblesville. There's also going to be a new event center opening in 2025, and then you have Innovation Mile. And Innovation Mile is designed to be a business and technology hub. It's a massive project that's going to take over 10 years to complete. So it's coming. We'll definitely keep you guys updated, but it's definitely worth mentioning and letting you know that it's coming. So that was our tour of Noblesville, Indiana. Go ahead and comment below what your favorite part of Noblesville was. I personally really like the historic downtown area and all it has to offer. And remember, if you're looking to move in 9 days or 9 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom call.